In this video, we're going to talk about Lumen Technologies, and they rallied 5% or 27 cents on Friday on Broadcom's better than expected earnings. So what's the relationship between the two? We'll get into that in a minute. This is the monthly chart, and for you ICT traders, price did pull back to a fair value gap, and the chart suggests typically in a trending market you typically have the impulse move, the pullback, and then the next impulse move. Before we look at the lower time frame charts, let's actually get into the news. So in addition to the positive momentum for the broader market, Lumen is getting a big boost from Broadcom's recent earnings report. Broadcom is a designer of connectivity and networking chips and has become a key bellwether for AI space, and it just posted better than expected quarterly earnings. Now Lumen and other AI hardware stocks are moving higher Friday thanks to Broadcom's results for the first quarter of its current fiscal year, which ended February 2nd. The chip specialist posted earnings of $1.60 on sales of $14.92 billion. That was better than the analyst expectations of $1.51 or $14.59 billion. Even better, management forward guidance and commentary suggest that growth in the AI infrastructure market will remain very strong in the near term. Broadcom said it expects overall revenue to come in at roughly $14.9 billion, and that's good for year-over-year growth of roughly 20%. Now, Broadcom said it anticipates generating $4.4 billion in revenue from AI semiconductors alone in Q4, as hyperscale customers continue to invest in processors and connectivity solutions for data centers. All right. The story surrounding Lumen stock has become closely tied to companies' relationships with cloud hyperscale customers, including Microsoft and Meta. With Broadcom signaling the hyperscalers are continuing to invest heavily to build out AI data centers, Lumen could win new fiber network and support service deals. All right. So this is now the weekly chart. And again, this is the fair value gap. One thing to note, if prices are going to go higher, we need to see prices close above $6. All right, so keep that on your charts. Now let's go down to the daily chart. And you can see that level that I was referring to on the weekly chart a bit better. This is a pivot high. Now looking at the price action as price came into this fair value gap. You had this doji candle and then the gap higher. That was signaling that potentially a bottom was reached. You also have divergence as prices were making lower lows. RSI was making higher lows. Very bullish. Let's take it a step further. Let's go down to the 4-hour chart. Now, these wicks imply low volume, low liquidity, but you can see your moving averages starting to plateau and now starting to converge and then turn bullish. Now, this gap higher was due to an imbalance between buyers and sellers. And had you been looking at the divergence on the daily chart, this is a 4-hour buy level. Now again, the best setup would have been if price would have took out this local support resistance band, but sometimes price action doesn't do what you anticipate it to do. Nevertheless, scrolling back out to the daily chart, look for Lumen Technologies to move higher. Look for your first real test to come in at the $6 level. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.